Friends. I am sitting out here soaking up the lovely sun on this one of the last winter days of this winter season, and just really enjoying the day. Today, Brittany and I went to downtown Ogden and we did some street interviews where we just asked random people if we could interview them. So be looking for a video coming probably later this month of the fun interviews that we had. It was amazing. And we just asked people what they knew about intuition, how they understood their intuition, and if they listened to it or not, and what happened. And then we played some intuition games. All of these games are in our Sacred Intuition Society school community. So you can access them there if you would like to join and be a part of our community and learning how to live with your intuition. But I wanted to share the 5 extra sensory senses that we have. A lot of people talk about these as clairs, and there's more than 5 clairs, but these are the typical ones that are connected to our physical body. And when we are connected to this body, our body, I believe, is a bridge connecting universe, heaven, cosmos, whatever that is for you, and earth, because we're earth beings, but we also have a spirit or a soul or an essence, that energy that makes us unique and different, who we are. And when we are connected in this body with our higher self, our intuition, our spirit, essence, energy, we are essentially bridging the gap from heaven to earth. You are the bridge of heaven and earth, between heaven and earth. And when you listen to your higher self, that inner guidance, you're literally creating your heaven on earth now. Really powerful. So let's talk about our 5 senses. We have hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, and feeling. Yummy. Now, the extra senses that come with them, hearing is being able to not just hear the auditory sounds around you, but also able to hear messages from the unseen world, whether it's hearing your inner voice speak to you through your mind. You're actually hearing other spirits speak to you and communicate to you, or even being able to commune with nature. Plants and animals, the sky, the sun, the moon, whatever, and being able to hear the messages that they are trying to tell you. So hearing is one of the extra senses that come with our physical senses. So starting to practice, was that me, or was that, from an outside source, or an inside source, right? Grand rising. I love it. Hola. So then we have seeing, and seeing, extra sense, is seeing things that are not really there, or maybe even able to see what is there, but understanding the deeper meaning behind it, like symbolism. I love to play the Earth is my tarot cards. And when I see, like on the way to this business meeting that I had today, I just was pulling out the driveway and I look up and I saw a hawk circling. And I'm like, woo, symbolism, spirit is with us. We're going to do awesome. So, but also being able to close your eyes and see with your inner vision, the inner eye, your third eye. So having visions and dreams is that power with this, and also being able to see spirits. And some people can even see spirits with their eyes open, or auras or chakras, or even into the body system to see what's going on. So and that one is just practicing looking around and what do I notice? What is popping out at me? Angel numbers, for example. I always see 1111. For me, I always see 1234. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything is in order. And so really tracking and starting to play with the things that you're seeing and noticing that the universe, your higher self, your guides are trying to give you guidance. I am not talking about religion. This is just our extra sensory senses. I'm not here to convert anybody into any one way of thinking. Everybody has these gifts, and all religions have and talk about these gifts in different ways. Vision is one of my major gifts. I'm a seer, and I can see. Sometimes it's future, there, sometimes it's present, sometimes it's other people's spirit guides. I see a lot of inner children a lot when I work with my clients. So that's a really, really fun one to just play with, noticing the symbols that are showing up for you in your waking life and also in your dream life, because our dreams are always trying to speak to us through our higher self and our subconscious. How do I know if I'm talking with my spirit guides or that it's my own mind? Okay, that's a fantastic question. So you have to practice playing with this. And I did a 6-month internship with my higher self, where I every morning sat down in meditation and was like, okay, now was that you or was that my higher self? Was that you or my brain? Was that you or, and I just would play, and then I'd like, okay, I'm going to go with this and I'm going to try, I heard this idea come through and I'm going to do it and see what happens. And then you kind of, there's a quote in my kitchen that says, life can only be understood looking back, but must be lived moving forwards. So as you live and you continue to try doing these things that your intuition guides you to do, and then you look back, you're going to understand that was my intuition or that was my mind, and it's okay. We're just here experimenting and exploring. So one of the other senses is smelling. We have a physical ability to smell. Smell is the fastest sense that we have. As soon as you smell a smell, it's like immediately into your olfactory in your brain, and you can have like memories of that smell that come to you, or the smell is so fast. So with your extra sense, the nose knows. And this intuitive sense is just that knowing. I just know. I don't know how I know. There's no logical sense that I should know this thing or even could know this thing, but I know it, and I know it. And this one can be really tricky, especially when it's like, is it my guides or is it me? There's just sometimes this knowing that comes with it. And you can practice this by asking yourself a question out loud, then touching your nose and saying, I know. Bing, and you just, whatever comes out, or you touch your nose and you journal whatever comes out. So that's a fun one to play with. And just, again, practicing and playing with trusting it. What do you know? Now act on it. And then looking back, you'll be able to discern whether or not that was really your guide speaking to you, or your higher self or intuition. Mouth, taste. This is also where we speak. And so this is the gift of speaking. In human design, I have the Freak to Genius channel, from the third eye to the throat chakra. And this channel, and this is part of what I'm doing with my practice here by channeling live, is really harnessing this channel that freak I can be seen as a freak, and some people are just like, cuckoo. And other people, when I speak these channeled messages, it comes through as genius, like, wow, that was genius, and that just hits right away. And so for me, I'm practicing this channeling by doing a daily channeling practice and recording myself. I'm really putting myself out there and being super vulnerable with this. But when I teach at my ceremonies or my clients, this channel is really active, and students will come up to me after a class or after a ceremony and be like, what was that thing that you said about this? It was so powerful. And sometimes I don't even know what I said. I don't even remember it because it just came through. And so this way you practice just speaking your truth. Like, you get that hit and you just have to start verbally processing and talking it out, and eventually the message will come out. And so you can record yourself. I like to, after I'm done, or even during medicine ceremonies, I'll record my experience verbally. Then I'll go back and listen to it, and there's all sorts of really cool messages that are in. Or like after a really cool event like the Vipassana 10-day silent retreat, as soon as I had my phone, I picked up the voice recorder and I just started talking my experience and channeling all of this beautiful wisdom that came from that experience. And it's really powerful to just be able to speak this wisdom. And remember, everybody has all of these. And just like we have some humans that are deaf and some humans that are blind and some humans that can't taste things or can't smell, or are a little more sensitive or less sensitive to things, we all have these 5 senses. Some of them are just more activated in you than other people, but you have the ability to access and harness all of them with practice. The last sense, because we've talked about hearing, seeing, knowing, and speaking, the last sense is feeling. And this gift is the ability to feel with your body, and the messages can show up anywhere. The energy that's going on. These people are known as empaths. And it's one of those really interesting, I'll be in a ceremony and my like right shoulder will start hurting, and I'll look around and I'll be able to see, and I'll be like, hey, what's going on with your right shoulder? And they're like, oh my gosh, how did you know? And like, because I'm feeling it. I can feel it in my body. Other ways is by using your hand and like, going over things and like feeling the heat or the cold or the expansion or contraction of these energies. Even being able to play with an energy ball and putting the energy in your body. And like energy healers use this a lot, this feeling energy. Because like Reiki, we don't touch, but we hover over and we feel the energy moving through the body. So those are really fun ways to play with the energy. Yeah, Noah, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your name. But yeah, that's a really beautiful experience, knowing what's going on with a friend, or like I'm thinking about a friend and then the friend calls. It's like, whoa, were your ears burning? I mean, that is a connection with somebody that you have energetically, and they're feeling it. Or you just call somebody, you're like, I feel like I need to call this person, and you call me like, I was just thinking about you. That's your intuition connecting you through this energy sphere. So in the Sacred Intuition Society, our community, this is what we do. We practice these extra senses in a really fun, playful way with games, meditations, manifesting, through, talking through our dreams. Brittany is a really amazing dream decoder. And it's $27 a month to be a part of this. And we meet online and we do energy shares, and we practice sharing energy with each other. We help each other manifest. We support each other through some of these like weird experiences. Like, oh man, I had this vision that this dragon was eating this, was eating the earth or whatever. And like, what the hell could that mean? And if I told anybody, they'd think I was crazy. And, but we support each other. You're not crazy. And in the world right now with AI and internet and anything, Photoshop and movie magic, it's hard to know what to believe. It's hard to know what is true. And so when you're tapped into your intuition and you know how your intuition speaks to and through you, if you're a hearer and maybe you need to go into a quiet space for a moment, or if you need to verbalize and talk it out with somebody, or if you just know and and it gives you the confidence to act on those things and start living your life aligned with your higher self, that divine navigation system, if you will. It's like you have your own personal GPS. I remember my parents going, oh man, I wish all of you kids came with a personal handbook because you're all so different. And I'm like, well, we kind of did. We have human design is a handbook. Astrology charts are a handbook of like, this is how you came, right? But also, we all have our own inner guiding system, our own navigation system. And if we can learn how to listen to it, feel it, know it, speak it, see it, hear it, then we can feel more confident in the steps that we take in our everyday life. Should I stay in this relationship? Should I go? Should I quit my job? Do I start my own job? How do I help my kids? What food should I be eating? All of these things, we have a guiding system that knows and will tell us if we ask and we listen, and help us live our best life. And literally that bridge from heaven to earth, birth heaven realities here on earth, our heaven reality here on earth now. I think of eternity as the ever-present moment, because now is eternal. Now never ends. Now is always here now, and it's eternal. And so if I want to live eternity in heaven, I want to be connected to my higher self that is guiding me to a heavenly reality that I can, through this physical body, manifest into real form what I'm creating, what I came here to do, what I came here to be, and contribute to the collective society. And I truly believe that this is the answer to all of our problems, is that if everyone would learn to listen to their intuition and do what their intuition is guiding them to do, we would live in a utopian society. There'd be no need to lie, because my intuition is guiding me this and it's true. And if it's not for you, that's okay. Next, right? There would be no dis-ease, because dis-ease happens when we are not in alignment with our higher self. Quantum physics has totally thrown the Newtonian system out of it. Just Newtonian system isn't really very relevant anymore. Because in quantum physics, matter is 0.0000000001. I should do it this way. 1%. This way. There we go. 0. Okay, like this. 0. I can't do it now. So that many zeros. It's 9 zeros and then a 1% matter. We are 99.9999999% energy. So we only look like matter because we're traveling slower than the speed of light. But everything is energy first. And that whole I'll see it when I believe it adage is outdated and old. You will only see it when you believe it. And so if you don't believe you are worthy of health and vitality and success and wealth, you will never see it. But if you believe that you are worthy and deserving of those things, and then act according to that belief, it will start to show up in your real life. But that has to be aligned with your intuition, that part of you that animates you and makes you different from everybody else, and that part of you that existed before you came into this physical body and will exist after this physical body is laid down to rest. That energy part of you, that consciousness, that scientists still have no idea where consciousness came from. That consciousness is, that higher consciousness is your intuition. And harnessing your intuition is like having a cheat code to life and knowing all of the answers. Now, it doesn't mean that life is like easy and effortless and perfect, but you know how to handle it, because when stuff gets in the way, like I'm a seer, and I can see so clearly what I want to create ahead of me, and I anchor it in, I believe it's happening, and I start every day going, okay, this is my reality, I see it, and I'm just going to keep working until I actually see it. And when stuff gets thrown in my way that doesn't feel aligned with that thing, I think it. It's a practice. It is a practice. When I catch it, when I'm done crying and being all bitchy and moany about it and victimy, I'm like, oh yes, okay, I asked for this upgrade. I asked for this thing in the future that I wanted, and this stuff is in the way. So I need to clear it so that the path is open for me to receive what is ready to come through me. And so it's like a thank you, because here I am wanting to manifest this thing that's not here yet, which is an upgrade. I'm upgrading myself. I'm upgrading my values, my beliefs, my energy. And so anything that comes in the way, the universe, my intuition is saying, hey, before you can have this, you got to get rid of this, because it's messing up your operating system. It's like, gum in your engine, or you've got a virus on your computer. That software needs to be cleaned out so you can do the next level upgrade. Or your phone, right? You need to upgrade your phone, but first you got to close out all your tabs and delete some old apps so you have space for the new ones that you want. We work the same way. And so when you're being guided by your intuition and you have that vision in your mind of what you're wanting to create, you can not be so upset and frustrated and have these obstacles and detours throw you completely, because I know it's actually helping me get a step closer to the thing I'm wanting to manifest. So sacredintuitionsociety.com is where you can find out more information about our community. It's $27 a month, and we have weekly meetings where we're meditating, we're practicing our intuition. We do energy shares where we practice sharing energy and like tuning into our intuition to help other people. So we're in a safe place going, I'm getting this hit, or I feel like this, what does that mean to you? And we workshop together and play and learn from each other. And I do a monthly ceremony every month where we deep dive and we clear the way, we open up to receive. And we also do a dream decoding. And then we also have a whole bunch of really cool programs that are in there that are DIY, like unlocking your inner oracle, how to do dream decoding on your own, a journaling course, meditating, like everything to learn how to connect more with you and your higher self. So it's $27 a month right now. That will be going up to $49 in June. But if you get in before June, you pay $27 a month every time. So yeah, come join us and play with your intuition and start to know for sure what your heart, your soul path is guiding you, where you're supposed to go to create your heaven on earth reality now, because it's time and you are worth it. Oh, yay. I love it. Yeah. 2024 started manifesting and now it's 25. Everything feels more aligned and alive. It's beautiful. And it is a practice and it is a daily practice. And even though I teach these things, I'm still fallible. I'm still human. And sometimes I really love to have a good pity party. I'm not going to lie. I'm a drama queen. I love the drama. And so I'll soak in a nice, real long pity party until it's like, okay, Jenny, you know what you're supposed to do. You got this. But it's also really scary sometimes to step into like, oh my, I want this thing. I didn't realize I would have to change so much to get there. But you have to upgrade. You have to upgrade your body physically, the foods that you eat, your exercise and the rest that you get. And you don't have to, it's not like a 6-pack and a thigh gap, like you just have to have the energy that your body needs, and your intuition will guide you on what foods are best, all the diets out there, which one, like maybe it's, I call myself a flexitarian, and I tune in and I ask my body, is this for me right now? And I'll get a yes or a no. But this has been years of practice too. So yeah, it is really, really fun to learn to tap into that intuition and play with it. So come play with us in the Sacred Intuition Society. Have a beautiful, and if you're like not ready for membership or anything, at least sign up for our newsletter where 3-4 times a month we send out, information about, your intuition and how it can guide you, and stories and tips and hacks and tools and games to play. So have a beautiful day. Namaste.